Mindfulness, and what we are doing is Yantra and the mantra meditation, and mindfulness is always a beginning of all meditations. Yesterday I was talking to a group about mindfulness. You see that you have a glass full of water. You move the glass. It doesn't happen anything to the glass, but the water inside the glass starts moving, and still the glass remains unaffected. You may put the boiled water, you may put the cold water, you put it a wine with rocks, nothing happens to the glass. So what is mindfulness? I'm just explaining totally in a different context. So this glass is the mind. The mind is not affected even when it is full. So you have a lot of crazy thoughts. Mind says, okay, continue with it. I have nothing to do with it. You have good thoughts, you are still detached. You have bad thoughts, you are still detached. That detachment does not come from the mind. When the water is moving in a glass, it doesn't come from the glass. Glass has not to take any action. So that is why the mindfulness is also known as effortless process. Well, you might have read a lot of literature I have also seen on internet, and even if I don't agree with them, but still. So what happens that why this mind is not affected by the crazy thoughts that enters into your mind and goes away? You're driving on the highway, Route 9, south or the north. You may see the pit. So you save yourself, you tilt your car a little, and you continue your journey. So this mind has to acquire an ability, a skill, so that it remains unaffected, one. Second, it stops all its reactions to what comes into the mind. Two, and the third, it wisely makes a choice. What is the best thing to be done? All these abilities and the skills comes by the practice of meditation. So we are going a little deeper than the mindfulness meditation, and that is Yantra and the mantra meditation. Not going long, but the first three steps helps you to release those past impressions of the mind that hooks you with reaction, with anxiety, with fatigue. So first three steps has three stages. Every step, first stage is active, second is a passive, and the third stage is an experience of mindfulness. Then the fourth, fifth, and the sixth step demands a very normal awareness and attention. Why awareness and attention? So that we can keep the mind engaged within. What Boris did, he just closed the door so that our mind keeps engaged in what we are doing here. We did not fight with, the outside noise. So the next 3 steps involves where the mind doesn't go into the past, it doesn't start fighting with what it already had buried in the past. Can it happen in one session? Can we reach to the higher stage of meditation in one session? Ursula? It is a practice. In the beginning, one has to do regular practice. Why regular practice? The mind has never seen that dimension of living in peace. After the session, you will go out. The moment you goes out of the studio, all those thoughts are waiting outside to enter into you to cause you the same stress and anxiety. So by regular practice, by understanding both practice and contemplation, reasoning and understanding, both has to go together. What happens? Some people, they just hook to the practice. No, I have to do the practice. The practice becomes mechanical, habitual. It goes into their subconscious and unconscious mind. It doesn't work. Then they say, oh, I went to this meditation, it doesn't work. You are responsible. Not the meditation. So, what is the next thing to come? To reasoning, understanding, contemplation. That what happened in meditation, what is my experience? Can this experience return again by the practice? So it is all about your awakening to a new state of the consciousness in meditation that helps you to progress and perfect into meditation. Sometimes on the other side, people say, oh, what you are talking about, I understand this. Well, if you understand this, then you should be in peace and happiness all the time. Why you are not in peace and happiness if you understand this? Why you carry forward your stress and anxiety? Yes, they don't have an answer. So let us start. I'm opening my phone to start with specific time period. So that is why I'm looking at the phone, not watching any email, so don't worry about it. So when I come here, so my goal is to... So let us start with lie down, close your eyes. So let us do it while lying down. Lie down, close your eyes. Be comfortable with the first 3 steps. Before that, we can be comfortable. So those who are freshers, I always ask them to lie down. It's a good thing so that at least the body doesn't create any issue. So, you are comfortable, my friends. Your body, there is no stretching, discomfort in any part of the body, and you are carefree. You start learning the mindfulness from the very preparatory step. Look at this, what I said. Oh, let the thought come. Don't worry, let the thought come and go. You pay attention and awareness to the steps that is explained here. And be casual. Don't make a haste. Don't start running faster. The way I explained, you start doing the same way. Don't reason at the time of the practice. We have a lot of time after the practice when we share our experiences. So, put both your hands on the chest. Look deep inside the rib cage in the space and start breathing, long and fast breathing for 1 minute. Long and fast rhythmic breath, and it should continue for a minute. You do not stop in the middle. The mind will say, no, let me stop, I feel something different. That is why we are doing the practice, to feel something different. Continue. Continue, please. And it is done. Bring the hands down. Do nothing. No movement into the body. In the state of the stillness in the body, look at the breath. Feel the breath that is going in and out. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. And start counting the breath mentally from 1 to 25. How when the breath goes and you feel the sensation in 1. When the breath comes out, feel the sensation out 1. In 2. But what is the key? The key is not to change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Why? The moment it changes, the old mind takes over you. You are counting the breath in the state of stillness. You might begin feeling some sensation in the physical. Be with the physical, no movement. Be with the breath and be with the counting of the breath. I told you before that first 3 steps has 3 stages. The breathing was the active stage. This is the passive stage. And now do not think. When you do not think, basically it is the state of mindfulness. But we need to awaken to the state of mindfulness. And what is that awakening? We experience the sensation in the stillness in the body. We experience awareness of the breath, a natural movement of the breath without any change. And we also experience something deeper, maybe an inner space, a darkness, an emptiness. In awakening, you need not to do anything. You awaken to your other side. And that is what people generally do in mindfulness. But that is only our first step. Let us do with the second step with the 3 stages. In the 3 stages, we trigger the center of the wisdom, the center of emotion, the center of action. That helps us to go deeper within. So now put both your hands on the belly. Look deep inside the belly button in the space and start breathing long and fast, breathing into the belly. Through the nostrils. The lips remain together. Long and fast breathing into your belly. Continue long, fast breath into your belly. Continue, please. long and fast breath. Continue, please. The mind will say, oh, I feel tired. Just continue doing it. 1 minute is not a long. Continue, please. And stop it. Bring the hands down. You might have heard the two guys doing the rhythmic breathing. And that comes by regular practice. And the more sync you do with the body, breath, and the mind, the greater the result. And now the second is the passive step. Looking at the breath. First point. Looking at the moving breath is the first point. Feeling the sensation of the breath going in and out is the second point. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath is the third point. And the fourth point, when the breath goes in, you feel the sensation, count mentally in 1. When it comes out, you feel out 1, but in the state of sensation and the stillness in the body. You know what we are doing, and that's how I'm expressing from the authentic Tantra yoga tradition, which is 6,000 years old. That by doing these 3 stages, you release the energy from your subconscious and the unconscious and the habitual mind. When you release that, you are stripping those thoughts, crazy past experiences, not to be repeated. You move into a new level of awareness. And that too by such a simple step. Remember, do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Continue counting the breath from 1 to 25. There are a couple of things you forget counting. Why? Something deeper within the thought carries your mind away. You hear me? You start again. Reset. Start again from 1. So easy to do. Don't get into anxiety if you've forgotten the counting. Sometimes what happens, your mind drops into sleep. That's a good thing to relax, but meditation happens in a waking state. And now do nothing. When you do nothing, you are in mindfulness. Awaken from outside, sensation in the stillness in the body. Just watch. The mind moves you in anxiety. Oh, how come this sensation, stillness? Let me move it. No, you will miss the practice. Don't listen to that mind. Then you look at the breath. It is so flowing, free flowing, no change. And then deeper within. You become aware of something deeper within. First time. We need to explore that. And that becomes a mindfulness state. Look at this meditation. You move into the mindfulness again and again. Now the third step. Put your right hand on the belly, the left hand on the chest. Focus, look deep inside the forehead in the space and start breathing long and the fast breathing through the nostrils, both into the belly and the chest. Both into the belly and the chest. First you inhale into the belly, it continues into the rib cage. You exhale from the belly, follows the rib cage long. But you continue looking inside the forehead. We want to release the energy from the unconscious, subconscious, in the habitual mind. Wonderful. I could feel the rhythmic breath. And that is the key to this step of the practice. The greater the rhythm, you are progressing. But don't worry if it is not happening. Pay attention. Continue doing it. I'm with you. Long in the hissing breath. Long in the hissing breath, keeping your mind aware inside the forehead in the space. That's a beautiful rhythm. You could also hear that's the same thing that one has to achieve. And leave this. Bring the hands down with the tip of the index finger and the thumb joints together with a gentle pressure on the floor. And again return to the passive step in the state of the sensation in the stillness. You are looking at the breath, no change, and counting the breath in 1. When it goes in, you feel the sensation. Out 1. When the breath comes out, you feel the sensation. Please continue counting the breath. Remember, breath flows on its own. We don't change now. And that is how you can easily understand practically the active step and the passive. And still I consider the Shanti meditation is the most powerful, but not many people are able to do unless they are guided with the active steps. You're counting the breath. Don't worry. Your mind, you may drop into sleep. That's a good thing that you have started the practice in a right way. Mind carries you away. You forget the counting. You hear me. You return again casually. Don't start thinking, what is the number I lost? No, reset. Start the counting again from 1. We are not in a competition. And doing nothing. When you do nothing, it is the mindfulness state, and we become aware of the layers. The outer conscious experience of the sensation in the stillness. We are not paying any attention, we are simply aware. We are aware of the breath, natural movement of the breath. We are not paying attention. When we are simultaneously aware of the sensation and the stillness in the body and the breath, no effort. And then we are also aware of something deeper within. Something. I don't want to name it. That's a key to my all meditation practices to help you progress, free from any hallucinations and imaginations. You are surely aware of something deeper within. And that is the higher consciousness. Beyond, below the thought, below the breath, below the body, and its stillness. This state of mindfulness helps us to go deeper into this yantra and the mantra meditation. You are aware of the breath, 3-pointed awareness of the breath. First point, moving breath in and out. Second point, you feel the sensation of the breath. Third point, you don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath, you are simply aware. And the fourth point, you look inside the forehead in the space when breath goes in and comes out. What we are doing? We have already experienced in the state of mindfulness the higher consciousness in form of the inner space, and that's where we are looking. So you see, there is no effort required. So don't ask the mind to focus. It is casual, natural. Now, another way of being effortless. Have you seen the tiger? You instantly say yes without thinking. Well, when the breath goes in, see the triangle inside the forehead. When the breath comes out, see the triangle inside the forehead. You know, the moment your habitual mind returns, it says, oh, I have to focus, I have to draw, and you miss the practice. Breath goes in, you see the triangle inside the forehead. Breath comes out, you see the triangle inside the forehead. Now the next point of awareness, breath in the mind moves on a triangle when it goes in and when it comes out. It is done in the state of the sensation, in the stillness in the body. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. That defines the meditative movement and its continuity. And that is what I observe when you are with me. And now the mantra. Why I said yantra and mantra meditation? Triangle is one yantra we use, and we use 3 different mantras. So, when the breath in the mind goes in, moves on a triangle, on one side you drop aim. Aim is a Sanskrit mantra. Breath comes out, you see one side of a triangle and drop aim. Again the breath goes in. When it goes in, you don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Here are the 4 people here. I see one and still I'm aware of all the rest of the 3. Don't you see? It is natural. I need not to focus on you in order to be aware of the all. So when the breath in the mind goes in, you drop one mantra on one side, you are aware of the other 2 sides. Now drop 2 aim on 2 sides of a triangle. When the breath goes in, aim, one side, second side. Breath comes out, aim, and you see the 2 sides. You drop aim on 2 sides of a triangle. Third is visible. Now focus, casual, in the state of the stillness and calmness of the body. You see, it is much higher than the state of mindfulness. Now drop 3 aim on 3 sides of a triangle. When the breath goes in, when the breath comes out, it is the easiest in the state of sensation in the stillness No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. When the breath in the mind moves on a triangle inside the forehead, aim, aim, aim. Breath comes out, aim, aim, aim. You need not to focus. You know, when you don't focus, what happens? Your subconscious, your habitual, your mind in stress twitches the sides of a triangle. You know what happens? You awaken how your mind works. And because you awaken, you know, need not to do anything. I gave an example of a glass in the beginning. It is the contents that is twitching, not... Yes, continue please. On doing nothing, again you return to the state of mindfulness and experience the state much deeper than the before. Look at the way this meditation works. We are equal participants. We know what's happening. The state of the sensation and the stillness in the body. The breath is now free flow, natural. Your mind has left the rein over the breath. The thoughts are less and you are deeper within. Your mind likes to live, be there deeper within. It is the real mindfulness. You know it without doing anything. We triggered with the center of the wisdom, and now is the time to move to the center of emotion. Become aware of the breath, one point, the moving breath. Second point, feel the sensation of the breath when it goes in and comes out. Third point, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Fourth point of awareness, when the breath goes in, simply look inside the heart, at the center of the chest. When the breath comes out, you see the center of the heart. In this space, it is easy now. Sixth point, when the breath goes in, see the triangle inside the heart. When the breath comes out, see the triangle inside the heart. See. I gave an example. Have you seen the tiger? Instantly you say, yes. You never say me, oh, I need to focus, I need to imagine, I need to visualize. Same thing. What happens in majority of meditation, understanding the process is not clear. And now let the breath and the mind move on a triangle inside the heart. And now when the breath goes in, drop the mantra Hreem on one side of a triangle. When the breath comes out, drop Hreem on one side of a triangle. So everything is natural, free from focus, free from effort. So with a simultaneous awareness of the sensation and the stillness in the body, awareness of the breath, a free flow, the triangle, and dropping of free. And that needs a progress, a constant understanding comes from the teacher, goes to you in every session. That's why I changed the talk. Now drop two mantra on two sides of a triangle. The mantra is the same, the Hreem. The breath is going casually. You're looking at the sides of a triangle. Hreem, Hreem. Breath comes out. Hreem, Hreem. In the state of sensation, in the stillness in the body, in the natural flow of the breath, seeing the triangle, you are continuing the state of mindfulness, and you know it. That seldom happens when in other meditation practices that you do with others. My only uniqueness is to help you to embark a conscious journey into meditation. You know it, I know it, we know it. And now the three mantra on three sides of a triangle. This mantra is the same, Hreem, Hreem. So you don't create a conflict when the flow of the breath in and out and chanting the mantra. The mantra rides on the breath. Breath is flowing on its own. The mind is aware. Hreem, Hreem, Hreem. Casual. Breath comes out. Mind and the mantra rides on the breath. Hreem, Hreem, Hreem. Not a big deal. Remember. doing nothing. Again you awaken to the mindfulness. Just be aware of your experience. You are much deeper. That is the key. That you know consciously you are deeper. There is a deeper stillness, sensation, even the tingling in the body. That indicates the mind has withdrawn deeply. The breath, there is a free flow. Now the habitual mind doesn't want to alter. Thoughts are less or more, but they appear on the surface and you are much deeper. What a beautiful state. And now we move to the next step of the center of the will action. First point of awareness, moving breath. Second point of awareness, feeling the sensation of the breath when it goes in and comes out. Totally effortless. Third point, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Fourth point, just casually look inside the belly button when the breath goes in. Look inside the belly button in the space that you have already experienced when the breath comes out. So when you do it for the first time, it is a challenge. But when you're doing regular practice, you awaken to that inner space, it is easy. So gap is only due to your understanding and the practice. And now when the breath goes in, see the triangle inside the belly. Breath comes out, you see the triangle inside the belly. Let the breath and the mind move together on a triangle inside the belly button. It is known as the center of the will action. Now, when the breath goes in, drop one mantra on a triangle inside the belly button, and that mantra is clean. Breath comes out, clean. It is so easy. You see the one side of a triangle as if you're dropping clean. When the breath goes in and comes out, in the state of sensation, in the stillness, body may be freezing, sinking into the floor. That's a good experience. Indicates the mind is going deeper. Not a hallucination experience. And the breath flows naturally. Now to clean. When the breath goes in, comes out, clean on two sides of a triangle. Now 3 clean. Breath goes in, clean on the sides of a triangle. The breath comes out. Clean. In that state of the stillness, calmness, with a natural flow of the breath, everything is perfectly in the state of mindfulness as a conscious experience. And it appears as if you're doing something and still you're not doing anything. It is a wonderful, beautiful state. Continue with it. Free claim continues. And doing nothing, remain as you are in the state of doing nothing, enjoying the mindfulness state much deeper. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand. Release the fingers from the mudra. Bring the mind on the left hand. Release the fingers. Raise both your palms slowly. Put it on your eyes. Cover your eyes with both the palms. Open the eyes inside the palms and ask yourself, what happened? What is your experience? What were the issues? And bring the hands down. Let us share our experiences now. How are you, Boris?
At times it was difficult to follow, being that it was a long break, but mind was wandering, but generally very good, calm.
Very good, calm. Good, good. And I came after a long time. Yeah, how are you, Erin?
Very good.
Yes, I could feel that.
The last portion, when we sang Queen, I felt like my mind was all over. I mean, it was harder for me for some reason.
Yeah. But
in general, I felt like my body was more, it's deeper. I mean, I felt it was deeper than last time.
Oh, wonderful. That's a good progress. How are you, Ursula? Yes, how are you?
I was honestly, not here, sleeping or something it was very good.
It was very good.
It was good. And this time it's just I'm more numb on the left side. Whole left side was numb and I was sleeping.
Left side, yes. You're an emotional guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Yes, that's one thing.
Nervous Nelly.
Don't worry, we have two guys who are very emotional. Even they claim they are rational, but they are emotional inside. I see the beauty of that. How are you?
Wonderful. I did much better than I had thought I would do.
Yes.
I felt that tingling, but I didn't know what it was until you mentioned it.
Yeah, I mentioned that. Be with it. That's a deeper experience.
Yes, I had it especially in my arms and hands.
Wonderful.
In fact, I couldn't feel my hands.
That's a deeper experience.
Right. I didn't have any thoughts, those passing thoughts until we started to relax and come out.
Yeah.
That's when the thoughts started a little bit.
Right.
And at one point I thought I might have fallen asleep, but I don't think so because I was aware of my breathing.
Right.
And I think when you're sleeping, you're not aware of your breathing.
You're right.
So I think that happened twice or three times. And it didn't last long, but I was still aware of my breathing, so I think
that's a good experience.
It was wonderful.
It's a wonderful, and we all spent more than 50 minutes today into the practical. So that's really good. It all, when we start doing meditation practice, come inside, so you know what happens? Sometimes we become oblivious where we are. So it is in between the sleep wakefulness. Mm-hmm. Sometimes as if you're half sleep, half wake. And so it's okay. So why we need, the tradition says, I'm not saying, tradition says you need to be with the teacher for sessions together. So they help you to understand the new experiences that you undergo. So sometimes these new experiences may come from your subconscious and the habitual mind. It may turn out to be a hallucination. So the teacher guides you. On the other hand, you move into tingling sensation, the left side. So sometimes people get scared. Oh, what's happening? So again the teacher comes, no, you don't worry. So that is how we don't know what kind of an experiences we will undergo if we do practice every time. So for a couple of sessions, that is where you should practice under the supervision. So I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for joining me into this session. So we'll move into the next session.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste, Ursula. So how are you, my friend?